Welcome back to the South Pine Sporting Complex, where we have an under-14 boys match about to begin, and it features the United as One Danny Tanner Memorial Team versus the Sunshine Coast Bunyas. So on the left of screen, as we look at them, it's the Sunshine Coast Bunyas, just waiting for the officials to say we can get underway. And on the right of your screen, it is the United as One Danny Tanner Memorial Team. They come from Bundaberg, Wide Bay, around that region. So this game, they're champing at the bit to get underway. Okay, just looking at the Sunshine Coast Bunyas team. Oh, there's the signal. So there's the kickoff from the Bunyas, bouncing on what's becoming a slightly harder surface now. It's this South Pine Complex. Look at the chase here for the kick chase. They've pinned them in goal. They've pinned them in goal. What a chase that was. Really getting after them quickly there. It wasn't as if there was a mistake at the back by United as One. They just didn't get on it quick enough. Couldn't get out. So, as I was about to say, the surface here is still in excellent condition, but after the seniors event last weekend, here they go. It's the Bunyas away and racing in for the first try is Isaac Payton. That was a little bit too easy. Payton just skirting a little bit wider, and off he went for the try. So a very good start for the Sunshine Coast Bunyas. The surface was pristine last week, but it's just a little bit drier over the last few days, some hot weather. And after the seniors section of the Queensland Murray Carnival finished up, the ground underneath just started to get a little bit harder. So expect some of those high bombs. If they're not taken on the full, they could bounce anywhere. But what a start there. Great kickoff from the Sunshine Coast Bunyas. Tremendous kick chase, and they pinned them in goal, drop out, and then really it went straight to Payton, and off he went, skirting wide and shooting around and through the defence. So that is a very promising start for the Sunshine Coast Bunyas. The kick attempt here from out wide misses. So 4 points to 0 in favour of the Bunyas to start proceedings here. Back to halfway in quick time for United as One Danny Tanner Memorial. They'll have to quickly settle down, see if they can put a kick chase on here and rustle the feathers of the Bunyas. So ready to kick off. Drew Gage drives it down the middle of the field. And knock on, I thought. Yes, it is a knock on. Jonah Frampton there. Just probably expected it to bounce a little higher than it did. Took his eye off it at the last moment, getting ready to see who he was going to pass it to. So a fumble there and a chance for United as One Danny Tanner Memorial to go on the attack. So from the scrum base, off and running. Thrown to ground, not far out. Through the hands, and a good bustling run on the edge of the ruck here, going very close and scoring. Excellent effort there. The defence just caught a little bit napping and couldn't handle the size of the big forward. So that is a good hit back, as quick as you like, from Danny Tanner Memorial. And both teams suffering from a mistake from the kickoff and paying the price. And this kick will be taken from out wide. The try scorer there was Jalen Jibung. So great effort from Jibung. Just took him on with his size and speed So, an excellent start for both teams, capitalising on a mistake from the kickoffs. 4 points all as it stands. And this kick to see if United has won. Danny Tanner Memorial can take the lead. It's a pretty handy kick. No, waved away. So unsuccessful, but 4 points to nil. I'm Warren Boland, and joining me is Donald Malone. And Donald, great to have you here.
Good to be with you, Warren. Second time calling a game. Nerves are off now, so
you're ready to run. Yeah. It's like playing in a grand final and losing, then getting a second chance the following year, and you win.
I've been in 2, mate, and lost 2, so I know what the winning feelings feel like.
I know which one you enjoyed the most, or which 2. So yeah, we've seen a try apiece to start the game, and just as it looked like the Bunyas bouncing out of the gates might be all over them, the boys from Bundaberg Wide Bay, Danny Tanner Memorial, hit back with a try of their own. So let's see. This time from the kickoff, no mistake, and in possession, it is Danny Tanner Memorial. United has won their motto. And here's the try scorer, Jalen Jibung. And ready to rip in this time is Colin Weatherall. And on the boot now of Drew Gage. Puts it up high, centre field. Taking their try scorer. He's off and running, Isaac Payton again. They don't want to let him go this time, and he's hit in a heavy tackle. He was put down right on his back. So, Donald, you've already seen one game today.
Yes, Perga Wagtails and Asic Brothers. It was a good game.
Good tussle.
Under 14s, boys.
One thing I've already noticed, this is lost out the back. It's a penalty called a strip here. So the penalty goes to the Sunshine Coast Bunyas. One thing I've noticed from one team to another in different games, there's a big size range in these under 14s. Some teams look much bigger than others. Some teams within the team are much bigger than others.
These 2 teams look pretty similar, but the Perga Wagtails and Asic Brothers, there was probably 3 or 4.
Whoa, and away we go with Tyler Green. Tyler Green for the line. They cannot stop him.
Yeah, young Tyler.
He was just a cannonball, wrecking ball, in fact, going all the way. He a big boy, and they came at him, but every time he just kept bumping him off. So Tyler Green scores, and the Bunyas go to the lead, 8 points to nil.
I think young Tyler plays for Gympie under 14s up the Sunny Coast competition.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be right, being a Bunya. Yeah, very good run.
Because I'm allocated up the Sunny Coast, I'm living up the Sunny Coast now.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, so I see a couple of familiar faces in the Bunyas team.
Well, of course, we're all watching these under 14s and wondering which players will emerge and in 5 years' time be in or threatening to be in something like the NRL or the Q Cup, or poached by someone down south maybe. Who knows? Now, lining up this kick from the sideline is Jonah Frampton. Not when I say from the sideline, not that wide, I guess. Just to the left. The wind across that kick, but it didn't help it at all. So the score now 8-4 in favour of the Bunyas. So Donnie, your career, I remember you particularly playing for the East Tigers, but you had a couple of clubs, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Sunshine Coast?
Sunshine Coast. That's where I finished up at. But previous from then was Ipswich Jets and Mackay Cutters.
Right. So you saw a bit of Queensland.
Yes, I did.
Now, were you in that 2017 grand final for the Sunshine Coast?
No, I wasn't.
You weren't in that one?
No.
Where they were beaten by the PNG Hunters. What a memorable game. Because and that Sunshine Coast team, unbelievable. I looked at it the other day, unbelievably stacked with big names who are now playing, like Scott Drinkwater just comes to mind as one. Jerome Hughes. Another. It's an unbelievable team to look back on. Here's the Sunshine Coast Bunyas on the attack, though. We'll stick with them because they're moving the ball nicely out wide left. close to the sideline. Touch judge has a look, says it's okay. And charging ahead, this is a good run from Billy Beatson. Now, is that a relation? Could be. He's a big boy. Now they go. Nice pass off. Good tackle. That was the pass from Hensley to Max Cool. Now on the right, running it rather than passing it and going all the way is Jonah Frampton. He threw the big dummy. They didn't necessarily fall for it, but it was enough to break the front line of the defence, stepped through the tackle, and then just kept on going. So another try to the Sunshine Coast Bunyas, and they now lead by 12 points to 4.
It seems like the Sunny Coast Bunyas are getting down the field pretty quite easy, Warren. Off the back of their halves, especially that that Beatson. He's had a couple of good runs in that set of 6.
Billy Beatson. Well, there's a few Beatsons around, of course, around the Queensland Murray Carnival, and all in strong in the memory, of course, the Arthur Beatson Foundation, which is in charge of the Queensland Murray Carnival. So lining up this kick is Kane Hensley. The last one was taken by Frampton, but this is Hensley. And he misses to the left, so they can't land a goal, but they're scoring tries. The Sunshine Coast Bunyas regular attendees at the attenders at the Murray Carnival, so you expect them to be pretty good. So the Bunyas take the early lead, 3 tries, and lead 12 points to 4. A restart of play from Drew Gage, bouncing awkwardly, and smart football back there by Frampton on the boot. And ball's been stripped. That's the second time they've been penalised for a strip. The United has won Danny Tanner Memorial. You don't get as far up to Bundaberg from the Sunshine Coast?
No, I don't actually.
That's where these boys come from. You know, I've only been to Bargara once in my life. I want to go back again.
I haven't been. Do you recommend going?
I won ahead of you. Yeah, I do recommend it. Bundaberg's a good spot, and Bargara's
I
beautiful coastal spot. Have they?
Yes, a Bargara.
I didn't know that. Another reason to go to Bargara. I should get a job at the Bargara Tourist Bureau. Or we should, anyway. Up the middle goes Hensley. Hensley's tough. This guy, he doesn't mind the hard work. Kane Hensley. And still one up. It might go all the way. Powerhouse run from Beatson. Beatson told to play it, just short. Oh, it's been lost the ball in the play the ball motion as he was about to get to his feet. And the referee, I think he's telling the trainer not to spend too much time on the field, but there's a few of the players keen for a drink. So Billy Beatson very close, but then the mistake lets United has won Danny Tanner Memorial off the hook. So difficult work here, bringing it out of their own endo. Making a bit more ground upfield. He's hard to put on the ground. 4 in the tackle. And once again, just hitting it up the middle. They're willing, and good fend, right-hand fend is a beauty. And that's 3 good hit-ups. And on that occasion, I haven't actually got the name of the player, but it was a very good run. So into dummy half goes Elijah Duncan. Oh, pass out the back, but it's okay. Gage puts it, the boot to it. down to the fullback. And Isaac Payton, who scored the very first try. The referee calls them back 10 metres. Dummy from Angus Moon. Plenty of interchanges being made now. Ernest Doyle comes onto the field for Danny Tanner Memorial. Meanwhile,
that name you just called before, Angus Moon, I dare say that's Joel Moon's son.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, it's great tracking the family descendants, isn't it? From one generation to another, from guys we know from the NRL. So they're in a pretty good attacking position here, Danny Tanner Memorial. Bit hard to pick up their numbers.
Tyrese Rowe, that was number 11.
Gage floats the pass out a bit, drop backwards, play on. They won't want to take their eye off him. Gage tries to kick ahead for himself, picked up by Hensley. Hensley sees a bit of open space and charges back upfield, so that kick didn't work. Just as they were looking fairly promising. And
Jonah Frampton.
Yeah, the defence unable to get back in time and then move forward. He takes the space out very quickly up to halfway. Now Payton. Payton again, little defend. Got support outside, gets the pass away. And into touch on that far side. Pretty sure that was Cruz Cool. Made a good little dash, but then was thrown over the sideline. So play the ball now, hand over possession. Danny Tanner Memorial. Take it up. This is Frankie Cooper playing it back. Here's another player who's been willing, but he's lost the ball, and that's Colin Weatherall. A couple of good runs from him, but not the result he wanted at the end of it. And struggling forward now is Frampton.
It was a one-on-one steal from Frampton.
Hensley. Oh, lost the ball in the tackle as well. Well, Hensley doesn't mind the hard work, that's for sure.
He's been pretty strong in the first half, Hensley.
And the lock forward comes in late, and that's Isaac Harrison, joins the scrum. So they win the ball, and the Bunyas go on the attack, and here's Payton. Almost got away. Harrison. Put on the ground, but the referee says the tackle came in late, a bit of a flop after he looked like he took him down, but then he just was scrambling forward again. So from right in front of the post now with Max Cool. Looks like the two Cools out there, both with the blonded hair. Dive from dummy half, close. Held up. Have to bring it back out. That was Zayden Crowe who went so close. Score at 12 points to 4 in favour of the team attacking the Bunyas. On the fingertips. And Payton joins in, gets the pass away, and there's another try. Another try for the Sunshine Coast Bunyas out on that far side. Good movement of the ball to the left. Couldn't quite pick up. Might have been, I don't know whether it was Cruz Cool or one of his teammates went over in that far corner. But that is another try to the Bunyas, getting towards half-time, and they lead now by 16 points to 14. I should say.
I think it was number 20, Cruz Cool, that went over. It was a nice pass by that Isaac Payton. He's a handy player, Isaac.
Yeah, he's looked one of the best for the Bunyas so far. The fullback, he scored the first try. He's been in everything. But he's just got that extra speed over a couple of them out there. It was also pretty good direction of Jonah Frampton. He's been calling the shots in close to halfback. He moved it out to the left there. So, Donald, you're talking about those grand finals. There was another one with the East Tigers, I'm pretty sure. What year was that?
That was 13, I think. 2013? Yeah. And we had a star-studded team too. I started on the bench that.
Was that connected with Melbourne Storm at that point? Yeah. And you were on the Storm books too, of course.
Richie Kenner, Heimel Hunt, Cameron Munster, Mitch Garbutt, Kenny Bromwich.
Kenny Bromwich, really. I remember Munster. He didn't play Q Cup for too long.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, they say about Cameron Munster, how's the opposition supposed to tackle him and know what he's going to do, because he doesn't know.
That's correct.
So the kickoff bounces and through the legs. Will the referee let it go? No, he won't. He says that was knocked on. Once again, that one going straight along the ground. They need to take care with those kickoffs. That's 3 mistakes we've seen from kickoffs in the first half, shared between the two teams.
Opportunity now for the Danny Tanner Memorial team to go on with this tackling advantage.
Well, they need a try just before half-time here. So let's see if they can take this opportunity. Rolls through the scrum. It's a fairly awkward-looking scrum. At the second row there, Fabiano Collins. He's sort of stepping forward on the left-hand side of the second row. Now he's got his left foot forward. He was packing in with the right foot forward a moment ago from that position. Not that scrums are exactly very precise these days.
They are.
No, the referee's not happy again. He wants it to go behind the prop's front foot, I think. He's trying to tell him to get his foot up so the halfback can drop it in front of his leg and put it back. But this is more like rugby union, a bit of a scrum lesson here. He's got his foot right back so he can get the ball in the scrum. This should be allowed as play on. Yes, no dramas there. Gage gets it out through the hands there of Preston Johnson. And come back towards the middle.
I think it was number 15, Isaiah Boyle.
And taking them on now, it's Cooper. And he's not far away here. Can United has one score just on half-time. Good strong run here. Bustling, taking it right to them. And the offload as well. A chance for the try. And no, it's been called back. Well, the near try was scored by Fabiano Collins. The big offload there after a great run from one of the other players. Yeah, I think that...
Number 20, I think of that Jaron Bing.
Yeah, Jaira Binge, yeah. Yes, it was a good run and a good offload, wasn't it? In fact, on our list we've got 2 number 20s, but Jaira's definitely one of them. So they're on the attack again. They had another scrum and Gage sends it out wide. Is it ruled knock on? No, I think it might be play on. So there's still a chance here. Gage goes to first receiver. He takes him on himself. Gage for the line. He's close. No, short. From dummy half, one of the biggest men on the field has a charge and gets there. That is a very good run, just using his size using his weight. Just got a little bit wider of the ruck, got through, and gets it down. So just closing in on half time. That brings them back within 8 points with a kick to come. 16 points to 8 in favour of the Sunshine Coast Bunyas. And that try scorer, one of the biggest players that United as one have on the field.
Number 10, was it?
Yes, it is. It's the number 10. So that's Azurak Skuderi.
No one was stopping him from that close to the line.
Yeah, good try. They had a couple of goes before they got there. They were just short a couple of times, and finally the defence against the big man couldn't stop him. And this kick is landed by Gage as the siren sounds. So that is a very timely hit back by United as one Danny Tanner Memorial from Bundaberg and Wide Bay, because at half time the score is 16-10, so very much anyone's game. The Bunyas in front right now. Who do you think is going to go on with it in the second half?
Looking in that first half, it looked like Sunny Coast Bunyas, but in the last 5 minutes, the Danny Tanner Memorial team was starting to get back on top of the Bunyas. But I reckon in the second half, this could be anyone's game. Yeah,
and the Danny Tanner Memorial are going to have the breeze at their back in the second half, so there is some advantage in that. So we look forward to that. The players are going to have a short break and a good drink of water, hydrate, because it's pretty warm out there and the breeze is a bit drying as well. Sunshine Coast Bunyas leading United as one Danny Tanner Memorial, 16 points to 10 at half time. ready for the second half of this boys under 14 match between United as one Danny Tanner Memorial, running from left to right as we look at it, and the Sunshine Coast Bunyas in the mainly white jerseys. Straight up the middle, Hensley begins the second half with a great burst. Sunshine Coast Bunyas running right to left. They lead by 16 points to 10 at half time, but a pretty good battle going on. They went
nice
for try early on. And he's away again, Frampton. Frampton comes around to the post. He might be the goal kicker. He knows all the way to the posts. So, a blistering start for the Sunshine Coast Bunyas through the halfback, Jonah Frampton, who has had a good game.
And it's off the back of Hensley. Off his brilliant run, he ran about 30 metres. And Jonah Frampton just took the opportunity down the short side, and I think it was a show and go. And he ran about 30 metres underneath the post.
Yeah, they started the first half right from the kickoff. Peyton scored a try, and they've started the second play of the game, and they've gone in through Frampton. So the Sunshine Coast Bunyas, you don't want to take your eye off them at the beginning of the match. Now moving in and striking it well. It looks like Angus Moon this time, converting the try. So they've had a few different goal kickers, but Moon right on target there. So that is a great way to start the second half, and they suddenly bounce out to a 12-point lead, the Sunshine Coast Bunyas. So that's frustrating for United as one Danny Tanner Memorial, who came back just before half-time with a try of their own and converted it to get back within 6 points. Now the 12-point margin is out, but I will say there's plenty of tries left in this game, so I don't think a 12-point margin necessarily gets you home.
No, I don't think so at this stage, especially with the Danny Memorial team. They've got the win behind us, got the advantage behind them. So,
and here's Kane Hensley again. In a dummy half, Jack Powell, and his arms are knocked and the ball is ruled to have gone forward. I think in fact it's come off the Danny Tanner Memorial hands. The rush there from Gage on the dummy half, Jack Powell, almost forced the error, but they've got away with it. So there's a warning shot for Jack Powell. He's a ranger, he's got the red hair. He needs to not dilly-dally at dummy half. But he looks like a draw and pass kind of guy. I've already seen these. He's quite smart in that area. Here's on the outside, Billy Beatson. Billy Beatson gets it away. Cutting back in is Tandang. Tandang still going. Emmanuel Tandang. Up to the 20 with the Bunyas. And again, it's Beatson. He wants a piece of the action. Billy Beatson going for the line. Goes all the way. What an individual try that was. Big Billy Beatson in the second row on the charge, and a devastating couple of bursts from him, and that extends the lead to a comfortable 26-10.
It was an unbelievable solo try by Billy Beatson. He's a mobile big boy. No one will stop him from that close to the line.
No, that was a great effort from him. He's stalking back to the halfway. I think someone needs to give him a drink. He might be going to take a break after putting in there 2 in a row.
A well-deserved break.
Yeah, he goes to the bench. Look out if he comes back. Now, Hensley is taking the shot for goal from the sideline. This is a tough one. They hand him the hard one. The breeze across it, just gusting up as we speak. It's short and it's wide.
Wasn't a bad attempt into the breeze.
No, it's certainly blowing.
By Hensley.
Might be a sign of things to come. The breeze might be starting to pick up through the middle of the day here, blowing in from the northeast. So the restart of play from United has won Danny Tanner Memorial. And Hensley, he seems to be a magnet for the football, and he doesn't mind that. Hopefully he'll be still full of running when they get through to the finals, as there's a fair chance they will, the Bunyas. They attack down the right edge, and again it looks good. And racing downfield, Emmanuel Tandang standing out with the pink headgear. Good on his feet. Through Moon. Playing it back was Henderson. Now Gage. Gage throws the pass out. Payton for the corner. In he goes. He's had a mighty good game. Payton scores the try. He's got 2, and he could easily have got another one. He has been damaging. Once he gets the ball, they cannot contain him.
He's been one of Bunyas' best this morning. Young Isaac, is it Payton? Yep.
Oh,
Patton.
Patton or Payton, I'm not sure. Yes. Paton. So they've hit the ground running in the second half, the Sunshine Coast Bunyas, with tries to Frampton, Beatson, and now Patton. Actually, yeah, I did play with a guy called Bobby Patton, and I think he spelled it Paton. Hello to Bobby if you're listening, wherever you are. Down the south coast, New South Wales somewhere, I think.
Young Angus Moon.
So he moves into it from the sideline. He's given it a chance. It's just short, I think. It fell in front of the crossbar. That was as good as any kick we've seen in what's becoming a fairly difficult situation for kickers.
Especially into this breeze. Was it blown from the northeast, is it?
I think it's a northeaster. And they've cracked the 30 mark now, suddenly, from 16-10 at half-time, now 30-10 in favour of the Sunshine Coast Bunyas. So just now, if it's Angus Moon is Joel Moon's son. Now Joel played for the Broncos.
Warriors?
And the Warriors, yes. Yeah, good player. So they bring it back, the Bunyas, but it's been lost there by Max Cool. Copped a bit of a cuff over the back of the head and the ball came out, but now it's been knocked on by the Bunyas. So this is the chance that United has won. Danny Tanner Memorial have been waiting for. The boys from Bundaberg and Wide Bay, they will get their hands on the football here, and they need to start to take advantage of possession. 15 metres out. Oh, in fact, sorry, the scrum feed's gone the other way.
I think it was a one-on-one strip from Memorial team, then they knocked it on.
Uh-huh. So Gage will put it in. Not Gage, sorry, Kellett will put it in. And a kick over the top. Here come the chasers. You better hurry, Danny Tanner Memorial. And diving on it, picked up, knocked on, though, on the way. Frampton eventually got his hands on it. Payton was after it. But in the scramble, it was knocked on. So a little bit of innovation there. Kicking from the scrum.
Had a right idea. I reckon if he kicked it a little bit further down the field, Payton would have got it, I reckon.
Yeah, it's a tactic often used right at the end of a game when you're desperate. But, yeah, I think a team could surprise other teams in the final series anytime by doing something a little bit different. In fact, I was just thinking about that the other day, going into the NRL finals, whether someone might come up with something a little bit different. As they go to the line here, and it's Drew Gage, determined run, finally put on the ground. Cool comes over the top with a tackle. Rowe, Tyrese Rowe, good run, great run. 10 metres out, right in front of the posts. Where is the supports now? Out of dummy half they go.
Young Franklin Cooper.
Cooper, the lock forward. He's thrown back eventually. Plays it. They go left. Through the hands. On the fingertips and out wider. Here's danger. The big man still going. Tyrus Rowe again, I think it is. And the try has been scored. Or was that, might have been, yeah, was it? Who do you reckon that was? Scuderi, was it?
Scuderi, it's his second try today, isn't it?
Right, yes, that's right. He did score just before half-time. Yeah, Scuderi, once he gets hold of the football, he was keeping him at bay with a fend, holding on as well, keeping the tackler off him, and just kept on going. Now the kicker wants the kicking tee, I think, is what he's asking for. And they've got to bring a tee from the far side. Not like the old days, when you scratch together a mound. And he takes this quickly, he wants to get on with it. It's not close enough. So that was Gage with the attempt. Misses. Score now 30-14. So the Bunyas still fairly comfortable with a 16-point lead. Yes, Scuderi, he's a handful, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's been strong.
Yeah, when I just talking about those, you know, doing something different. They brought in a rule a couple of years ago. You never see it used. Is it the 10-50?
I think it is.
When if you're in trouble in your own 10, you can kick the ball, and if it reaches the 50 and goes out, it's like a 40-20, but out of your own end of the field. And no one ever uses it.
No.
But when you're battling uphill, trying to desperately get out of your own 10 or 20, you know, yardage, and you're stuck, well, it's worth a crack, isn't it?
100% it's worth a crack.
The wingers are probably not going to be back. Not early in the count anyway. So here's an offload. And Danny Tanner Memorial get on a bit of a go there. Preston Johnson with that pass. Gage, a little bit flat-footed. Oh, Preston Johnson, he was thinking about where he was going before he caught the ball. It's a little bit flat-footed too, as Gage was right alongside him. That wasn't their best moment. So as they go on the charge, we don't have a number for number 25 or a name for number 25, but as he took it forward there, I noticed the defence came up to meet him, but on the edge they didn't go anywhere. Here's Beatson. Beatson's off again. Billy Beatson. He fends away from a couple. Finally, they come like ants on a piece of meat and put him to ground. Little show on the inside.
Payton.
And Payton goes all the way. This time he's got his hat trick. Isaac Payton or Patton. Now you're calling him Payton. But that was a good try. He did most of it himself. In fact, I might just see. We've got the team next to us, seeing he's one of the stars of the game. I'll see if I can get his correct pronunciation, but that was a good try. So ready to attempt this conversion is Angus Moon. Elijah Duncan about to come on for Danny Tanner Memorial. who are stuck behind the post at the moment as this game starts to slip away from them. So Moon moves into it and lands the conversion. So 36 points to 14, starting to turn into a comfortable lead now for the Sunshine Coast Bunyas. Apart from that Scuderi try, it's been all the Bunyas in the second half. Frampton, Beatson, Peyton another try. So they piled on the points since half time, and they'll be hungry for more.
Young Hamish Henderson, nice carry. Front rower.
He plays it back. The dummy half is Zayden Crow. And now Beatson. The longer the game goes, the hungrier he gets to eat up the metres. Throws the pass out the back. That was a little bit clumsy. Didn't really need to throw that pass. Certainly not throw a bad one, because he had just had the opposition on the run.
Yeah, it was an unusual pass. Second tackle.
And Beatson's asking for an interchange. He's put in a couple of good runs. He's a little bit like Big Artie.
He is.
He marches over to the coach says no, stay on, so he goes over to the scrum. I'm just wondering whether is he Mark Beatson's son or...
Yeah, it could be Mark. I know he's not Brad's. Brad's boy's a little bit older.
So solid tackle there from Frampton. Moved up quick and swamped the opponent. Here's Johnston. Nice little piece of football there. Oh, no, he's into touch as he is. He's swamped into touch there. That's Jezra Tabane. Or Tabane has just come on. Tabane on the field. Unfortunately for him, it was promising. But then the tacklers, they're hungry.
It was Frampton that come over across with a nice tackle from the Bunyas.
There's no slowing up from the Bunyas. They're keen for more points and they're keen to tackle as well. This is good defence from United as one, Danny Tanner Memorial.
Tyler Green.
And Gage is calling the defenders up on the far side. He's saying you don't have to be back 15 metres. 10 will do it. Just get with the ref. And the referee wants a correct play the ball. So goes to the line, nice football. And now Emmanuel Tandang has switched to the left side of the field.
Young Frampton.
He's been busy all game. Yeah, he's been busy all game, hasn't he?
He has been strong.
And the dummy thrown by Moon, getting a taste closer to the action now. Going through, Tyler Green was ready to take the pass, but it didn't come. Ducking under a tackle, Zayden Crow. Now Frampton puts it up high. This is a tricky one with the breeze. Oh. And down it goes. They need to get on that football. They don't. And instead, it goes to Archbold. Cool. And thrown backwards. Away they go again. Still Danny Tanner Memorial, not backing off in defence. Moon. And breaking the line, half breaking it, Hamish Henderson. Throws it back, it's play on now with Joey Muller. A kick across field from Angus Moon. Big left footer. Bounced. Allowed to bounce. Is a play on? No. Whistle's gone. And there's a knock on over there.
Double knock on. Scrum feed to the Bunyas.
Hunter Hearn on the field as well now, the number 18 for the Bunyas. So they're giving a few different players a role in closer at the moment. Angus Moon's in there. Jonah Frampton's moved out into the centres. And Hamish Henderson's also out in the centres now. Standing off the scrum here is Hensley. Hensley, yeah. Do you think he'll pass or run?
I don't think so.
Let's see. Here he goes. Run, pass to Frampton. Frampton over the top. Oh, it falls at the feet of Henderson.
We had 2 front rows in the back line.
Yeah.
Number 8.
I think
number 10.
I think they're making sure that everyone gets their hands on the football, which is good to see with a big lead. That was promising there from Frampton when he tried to loop the pass over the top. Just went to ground in front of one of his teammates. So more possession now for Danny Tanner Memorial, but at the wrong end of the field. Here's a good run, and he cracks through them. I think it was, no, that wasn't Colin Weatherall. Duncan, was it? And good speed here too. Where's the support? It is there. That's excellent work.
Backing up was Duncan again.
Doubly good work from Duncan. Elijah Duncan sets his team on the front foot. And the Bunyas, you just have the feeling the Bunyas have controlled the play more often. If Danny Tanner Memorial had a bit more football, they could have done more damage. Here's a kick ahead, a chance right at the back on the dead ball line, but it's gone dead. It's a 20-metre tap. No lack of effort again by United as one. Danny Tanner Memorial. I think that was Drew Gage with that kick through a moment ago. Backed himself, couldn't quite get there. So the Bunyas with this healthy lead.
Is that Hensley?
It is. Or it's Hensley and Beatson. The two of them have had big games down that side of the field. Yeah, that was Hensley. And now they get a penalty. Dragging the player down when he was trying to play the ball. So here's the signal. Hensley finds touch. So I think they'll be pretty happy with this, the Sunshine Coast Bunyas. It's going to be a good win. They've given everybody a run. They've tried a few players in different positions as well, and they know the capability of them all. Emmanuel Tandang with the ball now.
They look like they're going to be playing in back end of the finals, I reckon.
You'd think so. Yeah, you think they'd be there when the whips are cracking. Joey Muller takes the pass, but he's called back. It was a forward pass. Just over the top. Jack Powell's out there again. He'll pack into the scrum. Jack Powell, the number 9. And just a bit of reorganisation. Tandang calls up the teammates to pack into the scrum. He goes into lock. They win the scrum. The opposition wins the scrum. Danny Tanner Memorial. See if they can finish with a flourish. Just showing the ball, trying to deceive the defender into having a crack at him and find a hole on the outside, but it wasn't to be. Now they go up the middle. And running from dummy half. I think that was Boyle. There's the siren. Let's attack with the last. The kick goes up. Can they challenge here in the air? No, they can't. Can't take the ball. the effort was there to chase, but in the end, it's the Sunshine Coast Bunyas who are just too good. 16-10 at halftime they led, 36-14. They complete the journey through the second half. And Donnie Malone, that was a pretty good performance first up from them.
It was from the Bunyas. They played well today. They just too mobile, too big, too strong, like the likes of Beatson and Hensley. And at the back, you got young Payton that scored a hat-trick today.
Yeah, very good performance from him. He injected himself regularly. The Bunyas just looking ahead to see when they play next. It might be a little bit too tricky to say who they've got next. Oh, here we go. No, that's the under-18 boys. The Bunyas play the South East Queensland All-Stars. That's at 2 o'clock this afternoon. So if you're a Bunyas fan, watch out for that. That's on this field 2. But good performance. So let's just throw out a few names for you to consider as the 3, 2 and 1 best players on the field there.
I think you've got to give it...
or Payton. We'll definitely give him points, some points.
Yeah, definitely. But I reckon young Billy Beatson's going to be my number 3.
He was certainly great, wasn't he? Kane Hensley
Hensley is going to be... I'm going to give Payton 2 and Hensley 1.
There you go. So 3 points to...
Billy Beatson. 2 to Isaac Patton.
Yep.
And 1 goes to Kane Hensley.
Okay. Well, I've got to say congratulations to Donald Malone because he's been able to pick his 3, 2, 1 much quicker than anybody else so far in the whole Murray Carnival. Well done. Most of us are going to go, oh, there's too many players to pick from. Well done, Donnie.
Thanks, Warren.
And congratulations. Sunshine Coast Bunyas begin their Queensland Murray Carnival in the boys under 14 with a good win over United's one Danny Tanner Memorial, 36 points to 14.